Football is never quiet, and today is no different. Barcelona are facing a major decision involving Ferran Torres. Manchester City could be saying goodbye to a key midfielder, and Atletico Madrid are making a serious move for Cristian Romero. Meanwhile, Xavi has taken on a completely new challenge with the Netherlands, while Napoli are preparing to bring in another Chelsea defender. And there's still plenty more football news to come. Alright, now let's get into the biggest football stories of the day, delivered quickly and concisely, so you get the information you need without wasting your time. Let's get started. Paris Saint-Germain are closing in on a major attacking addition, with Barcelona forward Ferran Torres reportedly set to leave Camp Nou. PSG and Barcelona have reached a verbal agreement for a deal worth nearly 50 million euros, with the final steps now being worked on. Torres is coming off a strong period at Barcelona, but his future has suddenly taken a dramatic turn. For PSG, this could be a statement signing. The French champions are looking to maintain their dominance while adding more quality depth to their attack. For Barcelona, meanwhile, selling Torres for around 50 million euros would provide valuable financial room. The big question now is simple: when will Ferran Torres officially become a PSG player? Xavi Hernandez has officially entered a completely new chapter of his coaching career. The Barcelona legend has been appointed as the new head coach of the Netherlands national team, succeeding Ronald Koeman. His contract will run through the 2030 World Cup, giving Xavi a long-term project with one of Europe's biggest national teams. This is also a historic appointment. Xavi becomes the first foreign head coach of the Dutch national team since Ernst Happel in 1978. His first major challenge will be adapting his possession-based football to international management, where training time is limited. Dutch fans will now be watching closely to see whether Xavi can bring his Barcelona philosophy to the Arena. Manchester City could be about to lose Tijjani Reijnders after just one season at the Etihad. City have reportedly agreed a deal worth around 61 million euros with Saudi Pro League club Al-Qadsiah for the Dutch midfielder. The move would be a major surprise considering how quickly Reijnders became an important part of Manchester City's midfield. The financial side of the deal is also significant. City would receive around 61 million euros for a player they only signed relatively recently, while Al-Qadsiah would land a midfielder entering the prime years of his career. If the personal terms are completed, Reijnders will leave the Premier League for Saudi Arabia in one of the biggest midfield moves of the window. Cristian Romero is reportedly on his way out of Tottenham, and his next destination could be Atletico Madrid. Tottenham and Atletico have reached an agreement worth around 40 million euros for the Argentine centre-back. This is a huge development because Romero has been one of the most important defensive figures at Tottenham and has also worn the captain's armband. For Diego Simeone, Romero could be exactly the type of defender he wants. Aggressive, physical, intense, and never afraid of a battle, Romero fits the Atletico mentality perfectly. For Tottenham, however, this creates a huge hole at the back. Losing their captain and defensive leader would force the club to find a replacement quickly. Benoît Badiashile is now closing in on a move away from Chelsea, with Napoli reaching an agreement for the French defender. The proposed deal is a loan, with Napoli also receiving an option to buy for around 27 million euros. The move could give Badiashile exactly what he needs: regular football and a fresh environment. At Chelsea, competition for defensive positions has made it difficult for Badiashile to establish himself as a regular starter. Napoli now have the opportunity to see whether he can become an important player in Serie A before deciding on a permanent transfer. The final step is still subject to the player's approval, but the deal is moving forward. Liverpool are continuing to monitor Bradley Barcola as they search for another dangerous attacking option. The PSG winger has attracted serious interest from Anfield, but this is not a completed transfer. PSG president Nasser Al-Khelaifi has refused to completely rule out a move, while Liverpool remain interested in the French international. The situation is complicated because PSG know exactly how valuable Barcola could become. He is young, explosive, and already performing at the highest level in Europe. Liverpool may need a huge offer to convince PSG to sell. For now, the story is about negotiations and interest, not a done deal. But if Liverpool make their move, this could become one of the biggest transfer battles of the summer. Trabzonspor are reportedly preparing another major move after bringing Mohamed Salah to Turkey. Their next target is believed to be Darwin Nunez, the Uruguayan striker who could now leave Al-Hilal. Reports suggest Nunez has agreed to join Trabzonspor, potentially setting up an emotional reunion with his former Liverpool teammate. Salah and Nunez were part of Liverpool's attack, although their time together did not always produce the consistency fans expected. Now, Turkey could give them another chance to play together. Trabzonspor are clearly thinking bigger, and if they complete the Nunez deal, their squad could suddenly become one of the most talked about teams in Europe. Barcelona are still pushing for a new number 9, and Julian Alvarez remains one of the biggest names on their radar. Hansi Flick wants another elite option in attack, and the Argentine striker fits the profile perfectly. But there is one major problem. Atletico Madrid do not want to lose their star forward. Diego Simeone has publicly made Atletico's position clear, and the club are determined to keep Álvarez. That means Barcelona would face an extremely difficult negotiation if they want to make this happen. Álvarez's future has therefore become a major transfer storyline. Barcelona want him, Atletico want to keep him, and the player remains at the center of the battle. Paul Pogba is once again searching for a new beginning. After his difficult spell with Monaco came to an end, the French midfielder is now without a clear destination. Reports have linked him with both Major League Soccer and the Saudi Pro League, but there is still no confirmed agreement with a new club. For Pogba, the next decision could be extremely important. The former Manchester United and Juventus star needs a club willing to give him the opportunity to rebuild his career and prove that he still has something left to offer. MLS could provide a completely different environment, while Saudi Arabia could offer another high-profile option. Right now, Pogba's next move remains one of football's biggest unanswered questions. Désiré Doué is quickly becoming one of the most exciting young stars in European football. The PSG attacker played a key role as Paris Saint-Germain lifted the UEFA Super Cup, scoring in the 2-1 victory over Aston Villa. His performance once again showed why PSG see the French youngster as one of the most important pieces of their future. What makes Doué so dangerous is his versatility. He can create chances, carry the ball forward, attack defenders, and finish when the opportunity comes. PSG already have plenty of superstar talent, but Doué is beginning to create his own identity. If he continues developing at this speed, the next question will not be whether he can become a star, but how high his ceiling can actually be.